Hello my scholars, this is my school channel where we are tackling the 2018 JAMB past question for mathematics. In this clip we are tackling question number 31 to number 40. So join me as we tackle question 31. A man stands on a tree 150 centimeters high and sees a boat at an angle of depression of 74 degrees. Find the distance of the boat from the base of the tree. Okay, this is very easy. So you can use a diagram to represent the question we are given. So a man stands on a tree. So this is a tree. Okay, and we are told the tree is 150 centimeters high. Okay, so and we are told that he sees a boat at an angle of depression, okay, of 74 degrees. Okay, so we have this here. So this implies that find the distance of the boat, okay, from the base of the tree. This is the boat here from the base of the tree. So very well, what we can do is just to see the values we are provided with. At first, this makes your opposites, this makes your adjacent, and this makes your hypotenuse. So if you look at this, we have the value, the angle for the opposites, okay? We have the angle for the opposites, we have the opposite value, and we are asked to find the adjacent. So that means we can use tan, so katoa. So our tan theta will be equals to opposite, which is 150 over adjacent, which is distance from the boat to the tree, which is x that we are looking for, where our theta is 74 degrees. So we can change this to 74 degrees. So when we cross multiply, we would have x times tan 74 equals 150. So dividing both sides by tan 74, so that means x equals, when we divide 150 by tan 74, x equals 150 over 3.474874 rather. Okay, so if we divide through, what we are going to have is roughly around 43.0111. So roughly I can put it at 43. Okay, 43 centimeters. So that means the distance of the boat to the base of the tree. So if we scan through our options, you realize that option B is correct. So we have question 32. Integrate the expression 6x squared minus 2x plus 1. Okay, so this is very easy. So remember the rule of integration where we have xn, okay, be equals to x raised to power n plus 1 over n plus 1. That is the simple rule for integration. So we have the question 6x squared minus 2x, okay, plus 1. That is what we are given from the question. So if you look through this represents your n, okay? So just use this to work on this together. Just join me as we tackle this question. So we have 6x raised to power 2, that is 2 plus 1 over 2 plus 1, okay, minus 2x, this is raised to power 1, that is 1 plus 1 over 1 plus 1. Remember, this is integration, so that means this is going to come forward. This really means 1.x raised to power 0, okay, because anything raised to power 0 is 1, so 1 times 1 gave you 1. That's the logic behind it. So that is 0 plus 1 over 0 plus 1, okay, plus the constant c. Just put that in your mind, okay? So 2 plus 1, that is 3. So we have 6x raised to power 3 over 2 plus 1, that is 3. So 3 here 1, 3 here 2. Very well. Minus 1 plus 1, that is 2. So we have 2x squared over 1 plus 1, that is 2. So 2 cancels 2. Okay, that is 1. Plus 0 plus 1, that is 1. X raised to power 1, that is still x. Okay, you because 1 times x will still give you 1. 0 plus 1, that is 1. So x divided by 1 is still x plus constant c. Okay, so when we look at this, 2 times s cubed, we have 2x cubed minus x squared plus x plus c. So when we integrate this, we would have this. So if we scan through our options together, you realize that option B is correct. So we have question 33. In how many ways can the letters leader be arranged? So this is about arrangement. Okay, so join me as we use the simple thing we know about permutation and combination. Okay, so the word leader has how many letters? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so that means 6 factorial over how many L do we have? We just have 1 factorial. How many E's do we have? 1, 2. So we have 2 factorial. How many A do we have? We have 1A as 1 factorial. How many D do we have? We have 1 factorial. Okay, we've mentioned E. How many R do we have? We have 1 factorial. Okay, so 1 factorial is still 1 times 1. Okay, that's 1. So we have 6 factorial means 6 times 5 times 4 times 3 times 2 times 1 over, okay, 1 factorial is 1 times 2 factorial is 2 times 1, okay, 1 factorial is 1, 1 factorial is 1, 1 factorial is 1, okay. So basically 1 times 2, 2, 2 times 1, 2, 2 times 1, 2, 2 times 1, 2, 2 times 1, that is 2. So basically in the denominator we would have 6 times 5 times 4 times 3 times 2 times 1 over 2. Okay, after we multiplied all of the denominators together, so 2 strikes out 2. So all we have left will be 6 times 5, that is 30. 30 times 4, 120. 120 times 3, that gives you 360 ways. So the word leader can be arranged in 360 ways. Okay, so if we scan through our option C is very correct. Remember that the link in the description below is provided just for you so that you can purchase the Myschool mobile app or get the Myschool software. So once you click on the link, you'll be taken to the Myschool website where you can get any of these tools to enhance your preparations for your coming exam. So join me as we tackle question number 34. So we have the figure, we have a diagram here. In the figure above, mx is 8 centimeter, okay, and xn is 12 centimeter, nz is 4 centimeter, which is here, and xmn is angle xmn is equals to angle xzy. Calculate side ym. Okay, this is very easy to tackle. Okay, so the question we have on the board as figure, we've transferred it to our whiteboard so that we can solve it easily. So recall that we are told that angle xmn is equals to angle xzy. Okay, this still implies, if you observe the diagram very well, it still implies that angle xnm is still equals to angle xyz. So recall that due to these angles relationships with one another, the correlation there, then you can still say that xm, okay, this is xm over xz, where xz is a combination of xn and nz. So xz is equals to, okay, just follow me, xn over xy. So let's just pause it there. Of course, there are 3 sides that we're going to pick up, but let's just wrap it up here to make our work faster and easier to relate with. So this implies xm is what? Xm is 8 over xz, that is 12 plus 4, that is 16, okay, equals xn. Xn is 12 over xy. So xy is 8 centimeter plus ym. Okay, so this is 8 here 1, 8 here 2. Okay, so let's just replicate all of this. Let's bring it up so that we can have enough space to work with. So we have 1 over 2 equals 12 over 8 plus ym. So if we cross multiply, so we have 24 equals 1 into brackets 8 plus ym. Okay, so 24 equals 1 times 8, that is still 8. 1 times ym, that is still ym. So if we collect like terms, the 8 comes here, becomes negative. So that is 24 minus 8 equals ym. 24 minus 8 equals 16. So ym is definitely 16. So the side here is 16 centimeters. So if you go through our options together, you can see that option C is very correct. So do not forget to hit the like button, click on the subscribe button and tap on bell notifications so you can get informed as we release the next videos. So we have question 35. Express 495 grams as a percentage of 16.5 kilograms. So we have 495 grams. So to bring it to kilograms, that makes it 495 divides 1000, and that gives you 0.495 kilogram. Okay, so we're asked to express this as a percentage. So that means 0.495 is what percent, okay, of 16.5 kilogram, isn't it? So this is very easy to do. When we cross multiply, so we would have 100 times 0.495 equals x of missed times, okay, x times 16.5. So dividing both sides by 16.5. If we multiply the numerator here, what you are going to have is 100 times 0.495 will give you 49.5 divided by 16.5. Okay, so when this cancels, we are going to have 3. So that implies 495 gram is 3% of 16.5 kilogram. That makes option A very correct. So we have question 36. Evaluate 2 root 3 minus 4, close brackets, 2 root 3 plus 4. Okay, so this is very simple. This is just a conjugate of sword or conjugate sword. So 2 root 3 minus 4, okay, 2 root 3 plus 4. Okay, I'm going to do this in most easy way possible. Okay, all right, so let's just multiply this. So we have 2 root 3 times 2 root 3. So that is 2 times 2, that is 4, times root 3 times root 3, that is root 9. Square root of 9, that is 3. Okay? Alright, so I can simply make this 12. So that our work will be faster. This is 12, okay? 2 root 3 times plus 4, that is 4 times 2, that is 8 root 3. Very well. So we have to this other side minus 4 times 2, that is minus 8. Left is root 3. Minus times plus, that is minus 4 times 4, that gives you 16. Okay. Plus 8 root 3 minus 8 root 3, this is gone. That gives you 0. Okay. So we have 12 minus 16, and your answer equals minus 4. Okay, or you can do this in another way. This is, you can label this as x and you can label this as y. Recall that this means, okay, x plus y multiplied by x minus y. This is what this replicates. Okay, this is the minus sign here, and this is the plus sign here. And this means x squared minus y squared. It's still the same thing. If you expand these brackets, you will get this. So if you want to use this shortcut, we can just have our x squared, which is 2 root 3 square, okay, minus into brackets our y square, which is minus 4 or plus 4, whichever one you want to use. So minus 4 square, okay. 2 root 3 means 2 root 3 times 2 root 3, okay, minus into bracket minus 4 times minus 4. Very easy, right? So 2 times 2, we have 4 times root 3 times root 3, that gives you root 9, and root 9 or square root of 9 is 3. Okay, minus into brackets minus 4 times minus 4, that gives you plus 16. Okay, 4 times 3, that is 12, minus times plus, that is minus, so that still gives you minus 4. So if we scan through our options together, you realize that option A is correct. Question 37. Find the equation of the tangent at the point 2, 0 to the curve y equals x squared minus 2x. So at the curve we have y equals x squared minus 2x. Okay, so if we differentiate this, so that will give you the y dx would give you, so that will be 2 times x, 2 minus 1, okay, minus, this is raised to power 1, that is 1.2x, 1 minus 1, okay, so that is 2 times x, 2 minus 1, that is 1, x raised to power 1 is 2x, so we would have 2x, okay, minus 1 minus 1, that is 0, x raised to power 0, that is 1. 1 times 2, that is 2. 2 times 1, that is 2. Okay? At that point where x, from the question we are given, where x is 2. No, we are given the points 2, 0. This is x, this is y. So where x is 2, we'll just have this minus 2. So 2 times 2, that is 4. Minus this 2, that gives you 2. Okay, so that means our dy dx equals 2. Very well, isn't it? So let's now find the equation of the tangent. Equation of the tangent, okay, would be y minus y1, okay, equals the dy dx of x minus x1. Okay, so where this is x1, y1, so let's slot it in. So we would have y minus y1, which is 0, equals dy dx, which we got as 2, into brackets x minus the x1, which is 2. So y minus 0, that gives you y, equals 2 times x, that is 2x, 2 times minus 2, that is minus 4. Okay, so if we scan through our options together, you will see we have y equals 2x minus 4, and that makes option A correct. Remember that there are an army of solution providers on the Myschool website waiting for you to ask your question on the spot so that you can get clarity that you need. So you can use the link in the description below that takes you to the Myschool website where our solution providers are waiting for you for emphasis sake. Okay, so we have question number 38. So looking at the graph we have before us, the question requires that we use a quadratic equation curve to answer this question. Okay, what is the minimum value of the graph? So if you look at the graph, this is the minimum value for y. So this is minus 4. You can see it's between minus 4 and minus 6. So this is around minus 5 point something. This is because the graph I'm having here is not sparkingly clear. So we can just assume it's minus 5 point something. So if you scan through our options, which of them is closer to the value I just prescribed? That is option A, minus 5.3. So minus 5.3 is very correct. So perhaps you have gone through our video clips and you realize that there are better solutions or better explanations to any of the questions you have tackled so far. Please, I would like to know. Kindly indicate the question number and the solutions you'd like to share using the comment section below. So we have question 39. Evaluate log base 2 raised to power 8 minus log base 3 raised to power 1 over 9. So join me as we tackle this question using our whiteboard and our marker. So this is the question we have on the screen replicated here. Okay, so what we just have to do is to bring this power to the base of the log. Okay, so log base 2, 8 in base 2 is 2 raised to power 3, okay, minus log base 3, 1 over 9 means 9 raised to power minus 1, okay, where 9 in base 3 is 3 raised to power 2, okay, so just to save time, so we would have 3 raised to power 2, then the minus 1 beside it, okay, so what we are going to have, we're going to have log base 2 raised to power 2, okay, raised to power 3 minus log base 3 raised to power 3, 2 times minus 1, that gives you minus 2, okay, so this power comes right to multiply this, that is 3 times log base 2 raised to power 2, okay, minus the power here, which is minus 2 times log base 3 raised to power 3. Okay, so recall that log base 2 raised to power 2 is 1, log base 10 raised to power 10 is 1, okay, so that will be 3 times 1, and that still gives you 3, so let's just save time. So we have 3, okay, minus log base 3 raised to power 3, that is 1, 1 times minus 2, that is minus 2, okay, that is 3, minus times minus, that gives you plus, so 3 plus 2 equals 5. So let's go through our options together. You realize option D is absolutely correct. So we have question 40. Tan theta is positive and sin theta is negative. In which quadrant does theta lies? Okay, so recall we have 4 quadrants. The first quadrant is 90 degrees, followed by the next quadrant, and such goes on the list. Okay, so looking at all of these quadrants, in the first quadrant, all of them are all positive. Sine is positive, cosine is positive, and tangent is positive in the first quadrant. Okay, in the second quadrant, okay, only sine is positive. So in the second quadrant, only sine is positive, tan is negative, and cosine is negative. Now in the third quadrant, tan is positive, sine is negative, cosine is negative. Going to the fourth quadrant, cosine is positive, sine is negative, tan is negative. So in which of the quadrants did we find or discover that tan is positive? That makes it the third quadrant. So which of the option carries the third quadrant only? And that is option B. So the third quadrant only. Tan is positive in the third quadrant only, where sine is negative. So we have come to the end of this clip, but there's definitely more to come. I believe you are enjoying this sort of content and you would like to encourage us to bring you more of such content. Please hit the like button, click on the subscribe button, and tap on bell notifications so you can get informed as we release the next videos for this tutorial.